Good evening, Twitch. How you doing? It's Tuesday night. Hoping you're having yourselves a good week so far. Don't worry, we're almost halfway there. But, interesting enough, I believe it was yesterday, actually, that Sega announced there's going to be a Streets of Rage 4. That's a little strange. It's actually very strange, honestly. I'm actually surprised they're bringing back a lot of... Actually, it's not even that they're specifically bringing it back. They're outsourcing it to a lot of different studios and such, and I got a few things to say about it, and, well, I'll be honest, after playing Dead Cells for the last couple of nights, I decided I kind of feel like Dead Cells actually ran its course. Let me just say one thing about Dead Cells. I'm at a point in that game where it's like I had fun, going through it and such, and then, beat it on normal, then I beat it on hard, and then very hard was just a slap in the face a wall, and then discovering that I had to actually invest 1,000 cells just to get plus quality items to upgrade them to be double plus items really sucks. And then I realized I then had to add 3,500 cells to get plus items as a standard. That's a lot of cells. And then to add to that, and I'm assuming this is like the highest quality, you have to put 8,500. That's after you fill the bar there, or unlock the bar. You have to then put in 8,500 cells for whatever the highest quality is. That's a lot of grinding for that game. That's honestly, I don't like that, honestly. I really actually don't, because I think the problem is that would be fine if there was another way to unlock all the other items in the game. But there isn't. You have to bring the blueprint, and then you have to buy the actual weapon with cells before it actually goes into the item pool rotation. And so I was at a point in Dead Cells where it's like, well, if I'm gonna play, I've got to put all my cells just to actually get the higher quality item, so that I could actually do the run, because those items have the stats, the passive stats. You can't, they're not stuff you can forge into them or anything like that. They just have to be that higher quality just to be able to take the hits that Very Hard actually does. Where at the start of a Very Hard mode, one hit does like 75% of your health. That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. It makes having to actually have defense or knowing how to actually parry in that game absolutely critical, because those enemies are beefy as heck. In each of my runs, and I was actually trying to do this earlier today, you only get about 200 cells per run, because you only meet the legendary Forgeman twice. So it kinda sucks in that aspect. It requires a lot of time investment. And then in that sense, like, you're not making it fun in the moment. You're making it a grind. And you kind of feel that grind because you're not unlocking anything new. You're not getting anything new. It's just, you're basically just grinding for cells. So you're going as slow as possible and you're beating up everyone and everything, hoping that you actually get some cells. And what makes it even worse is that the only way you get multiple cells out of enemies is if you play on Very Hard, which is already difficult enough as it is, because they don't actually give you you don't actually to actually get the damage needed to quickly dispatch your foes in that game. You need those upgrades, and those upgrades to make a plus item is over 10,000 gold. So right off the bat, you're basically fighting an uphill battle there. I don't think they did the difficulty curve right in that game. I really don't. But I'll still play it, honestly. I still do want to actually unlock everything, but I'll say right now, it's going to take a while for me to actually do that all, because it's just such an uphill battle, like grinding out all those cells. It honestly sucks having to do that. But why don't we take out our rage there and actually play some Streets of Rage 2. I do enjoy this game. Unfortunately, one downside. And I don't know why, it's probably just... It actually can't be me, it has to be the file itself of the game. Because the intro is actually still screwed up, the last I checked. This is not frame drops, just to let you know. This is literally how it looks for me, too. The entire movie plays like this. I don't know why. I'm actually gonna skip that. So you kind of see what it looks like there. I can't even, like, it never... I did a verify integrity check and such. You know, I tried installing and reinstalling the game as a whole. Nothing fixes that problem. So that is actually just a standard problem in that game that just has never been fixed. Which is honestly very strange. I still do like this whole, like, setup and stuff. And I've tried this in... I've even messed with the room settings, because there's very little options here for this emulator, and it's actually kind of nice. You only get VSync and window mode. I probably actually should try turning off VSync, see if that actually does anything for the front end. Because there's nothing else, really. Audio settings, I'm just going to leave that normal there. But our game is actually going to be Streets of Rage. Before I do, I haven't actually tested the online multiplayer, so it might have been better, it might have not. Extras is just extras. One nice thing. I remember when I actually last streamed Streets of Rage. And this was back in May. I actually had to look it up in my stream archive. And I was complaining about how there was only 2 controller setups. They listened. And they brought back complete controller configuration. That is a beautiful thing. So you can customize your keyboard, you can customize your controllers, you can do all that good stuff. So everything is now back to being customizable, and that honestly is probably the most important thing that this whole thing actually needed here. It even actually gives you the whole, you can even now actually adjust the rewind and fast forward actually options as well. Which is also very nice. So even the quick, the quick save, quick load function as well. It's a little obtuse there. Quick stick. I don't know why they put the quick start, quick load on. I'm guessing that's this got to be ARC3. On that, you can actually adjust your entire controller setup again, which is wonderful for games like Streets of Rage. Thankfully, though, at least for the first one, we actually don't need it. So for now, why don't we actually just enjoy ourselves? I'll admit, I have no problem. This is actually the one I want to get tonight, is get this achievement. I'm not tired of beating up people. I actually love beat 'em up games. But when you don't really get to enjoy the game in the moment, it kinda feels more like work than anything else. You know, I'll save those games for things like Warframe and such. So there's a couple. Finish stage 1 with a full bar of health. That's actually something you have to do specifically in the options mode here. And the other one achievement here is just a Sore Knuckles achievement. Wait, what was that actually? Finish stage 1 with a full bar. Ooh, that's actually kind of rough. Actually, both these are rough. I think I actually tried to go for this one before. Oh yeah, I had it set up with the Streets of Rage. So first things first, always actually adjust your options. And if I remember, yeah, that should be it. I remember I always just did the controller configuration on the outside. So we might actually try to go for to play through this twice. But for now, though, why don't we actually just start up with Axel. So let's talk about Streets of Rage 4 for a second here. That's actually probably the most important thing. So, Streets of Rage 4, trailer was interesting. It was well animated. It was very well animated. So, that's definitely one thing I definitely want to say about that. It was really well, it was nice. You know, seeing Blaze Fielding, seeing Axel. Although I will say, the one thing that had me confused was Axel's look. I'm not talking about the beard. I'm talking about his clothes. I'm gonna be that picky person there. And let me ask this question. When was the last time you ever saw a person wear a denim jean jacket and at the same time have a sweater tied to their waist? Just think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. Because that was actually one thing I kind of found very confusing about the game, about that Blaze's outfit. Honestly, it's kind of timeless. Honestly, like she'll always look good in it. She'll always look good in it. They actually might just I'll be honest. Actually, seeing that trailer that made me go like, I would rather see her with a jacket like they do in Streets of Rage 1 than her without it from all the other versions, or Streets of Rage 2 and 3. Normal mode, thankfully, you don't actually need the pipe and such. It's nice though. Right. Gotta be careful about that. Gotta be careful about losing too, apparently. I will say the full health challenge, that's actually pretty hard. That's actually pretty rough, honestly, for this. Ah, darn it. I think it was, yep, up and in. Up and attack. There you go. End of stage 1. Oh, never mind. Right, sell the bosses. I also gotta remember your attack range is actually pretty big here. I still think, like, I actually do like Streets of Rage 1 probably the best right now. I'm probably the most used to it. But let's go back to Streets of Rage 4. Intro was nice. It was very interesting to see the, Oh, darn it, There we go. I went too far into him. There we go. Yeah, fighting the boss is actually probably going to be the hard part about getting the full health achievement. But the movie was nice. I'm concerned, though, about the game. A lot of people are really hyped up for it because they're hardcore, but I was raised in the house to say, and I actually do like this game. I think this game actually held up very well for, you know, for what it is. You know, it's a solid beat-em-up game, and I think the interesting part about it is that there's that level of technicality, and that right there, honestly, is the core of it. Like, the ability to actually to avoid taking damage just through the grab system, to me, says a lot. I would like to live, please. There's still some things that obviously haven't aged well, like the whole grabbing of items and such. But for the most part, though, it's like this. I'd honestly say Streets of Rage was better than Final Fight. But as for the game itself, for Streets of Rage 4, I'm concerned because they're outsourcing. You know, that's the best thing to actually say about it, is they're outsourcing the game to a, they're outsourcing it. And so there's 2 companies that are actually working on it. Hey, how's it going, Parakeet? Especially the SNES version of Final Fight. That's honestly actually, I'm trying to remember if I actually played the arcade. How's it going, Parakeet? How are you doing tonight? Let's actually try and add a little variety here. Okay, so it's another apple. Like, this actually game makes me feel, like, powerful. But no, at the same time, I can feel very fragile. But I'm concerned about the whole Streets of Rage 4 thing. Like, it's great that Sega's actually bringing back a lot of their properties, but they're outsourcing it to young studios. So the publisher... So Sega is just basically letting them use the brand name. I wonder... Oh, I guess I can't stab him. But there's 2 studios working on it. One I have no problem with. That being Lizard Cube. If you've never heard of Lizard Cube, then you probably actually should take a moment. Actually, they've actually only made 1 game, and it was a port. It was a port of actually, I guess you would say it's an artistic remaster. Would probably be the best way to say it. Of Dragon Boy or Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap. And artistically, that game is beautiful. I've actually streamed it, and even one of the devs actually, oddly enough, showed up on stream here. Well, in the chat, at least, I should be specific. So it's really interesting to actually have him... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding the game? Go. Stop it. Stop it. That was absolutely terrible. Oh, was it up or bottom? I forgot if this was actually top or bottom. I think it's top. It's been like 4 months since I've actually played this game. There we go. Yeah, so what you actually want to do, you need to slowly get him to be on your... Come on. Uh-oh. Aw, come on. Of course I lose a life there. Yeah. I mean, this guy being the biggest pain in the butt. He still is a big pain in the ass. Like, this game mechanically has aged well. Fighting the bosses, however, not so much. Because you're really... I can only really see someone like an adult who's been raised, and this is a person who's been raised playing games, to actually see, like, okay, what's the pattern? You know, what do you have to actually do to get through it? But yeah, no, he is absolutely still a pain in the butt. Still a pain in the butt after all this time. Kinda sucks actually losing a life there. Don't make me, I am almost tempted already to start doing the instant locks. Because you can do something like, there is actually a perma-stun in this game. At least for the normal enemies. Assuming I can actually figure it out again, it's been a while. But instead of just button mashing, you can actually just time your punches and they'll be stunned. It's kind of nice, honestly, because you can do something like this. So you don't have to actually struggle against them. And you actually have a pretty long range, too. I'm more used to just playing Axel over Adam. I think most people say Adam's actually the best. And I believe it, too, because he's supposed to be the strongest out of the group. But back to Streets of Rage 4. I'm concerned about it because of the developers. So, Lizard Box, I'm not so much concerned about them. I'm fairly confident they're the ones who actually made the, the trailer. Because artistically, Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap is amazing to look at. It was an amazing game to actually play through, and they did a great job seamlessly transitioning between their art style of Wonder Boy and then the actual Dragon, and then the Master System game. There's a way to unlock in Final Fight 2? Interesting. That's invincibility frames. Alright, fine. Guess I don't need it. Yeah, I could never beat Final Fight. Final Fight was, to me, was something... I even remember, like, I still actually have that game for the Game Boy Advanced, actually. That's the only version I have that game for, after all these years. But I think overall, like, this actually did pretty well. Like, this is something you can definitely go through and appreciate as a classic beat-em-up game. And this is coming from a person who, like, really only got into this, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago? Like, I love the auto grab. I don't have to press any special buttons or anything. I just walk up to them. Did I ever beat Final Fight? No, never beat Final Fight, ever. That's never gonna happen. And I'm gonna regret this. No! I should have used my special. I really... Oddly enough, I think I like the tower a lot better than actually having to fight these guys in their stages proper. Just simply because... I don't actually have to, fight the add-ons and such. Like, I actually like, if you're gonna do a boss fight, just let me fight the boss. Add-ons are always kind of a weak thing. I know it always exists in these games, but still. But the company, two companies I'm specifically worried about is what Sega's actually delegated the development out towards. I'm not worried about Lizard Cube, there's two others. The publisher is actually going to be .emu, and they just also recently announced, oh my god, did I really just get myself pincered for no reason? I love that up A. I love pressing up A after you've been grabbed to prevent all that damage. And speaking of preventing damage... No, like, this stage, honestly, I'm fine with. Heart's not so bad. Heart basically tells you, like, you kind of see how grab-happy I've been. It basically tells you, hey, don't be so grab-happy. That's all Heart actually is. Like, I've honestly been very aggressive for probably no actual good reason. There's actually no reason I should be this aggressive. Like, I could just do this all day. Like, I'm literally just walking in their in their range. And I shouldn't actually have to do that at all. What? I'd probably say the one key thing about playing these old-fashioned beat-em-ups is just walk to perpendicular towards them. Like, be at a different plane. I'm actually gonna take the bat here. I remember when I did play this a lot. I think it was about 2 years ago. I had this... I think it took me about an hour to actually beat it. I was actually pretty proud of that time. Obviously, I'm not a speedrunner of any sort. This is the downside of the bat. It's really good. And I bet probably it's the more efficient way. I hate the bottle. The bottle I always actually hate. I always hated the bottle. I always hated the knife guys, too. I've never seen that before. All my time playing this game, I've never seen that. So the one downside about this game, and it's the same actually with all the others, is that anytime like there's items overlapping, it has the highest priority. So you'll actually end up picking up items. So, and I also hate these knife guys. Because basically they have a very awkward hitbox. And that makes actually killing them very difficult. But the two companies I'm actually worried about is Dotemu, because even though they're only a publisher, and they did bring Windjammers, which everyone's really, really thankful for. What the? Right, ads. I'm not gonna make that. So what you basically have to do is just walk into the formation. As long as you're doing that, you'll be fine. Be able to, and then you can just slowly punch them. And there you go. That took care of hard. It's the next stage. I have a love-hate. Actually, it's not love and hate. I actually just hate it. I hate it because of Mona and Lisa. They are... Ooh, they're still rough after all these years. They are still rough. They are still really rough as a fight. This area is actually kind of rough too. This is actually why I'm kind of not... I don't really like using the weapons. Just give him a couple punches and you're good. I've got you. Just let me just... All I gotta do is just grab my... Probably shouldn't have actually done this. I'm actually gonna lose a life, aren't I? I got you, boss dies. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm glad they actually all die. I'm glad they all die the moment you kill the boss. I mean, you can flip over him, so it's not too bad. Uh-oh. Darn it. Ah, come on. No! No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I know there's meat here. Give me that meat. And I'm gonna use this. You can stack up multiple specials, but I'm just gonna use that rocket launcher. As... that was too many. And when they fake death, I don't like that. I'm trying to remember what that character's name is. I want to say Linda, but that doesn't... but I think that's... no, Linda's Double Dragon. Linda's Double Dragon. Oh, come on! Ah, oh, this... I could beat this game on hard, for goodness sakes. Come on. There you go. When I get health, I lose it. Well, I had a full bar of health. Oh shit, I forgot about you. So what you're supposed to do is that. Takes a while. This is high risk, actually. Nora's the whip girl. Oh, Nora, okay. Well, thank you, Parakeet. Sorry, like I said, I was raised in the house Nintendo. So, like I said, I'm very skeptical. Wow, these guys. Hey, remember actually having a bomb here? I do too. Let's actually use it before we lose another life. I know we're not at the end of the stage, but still. Probably should have saved it for Mona and Lisa. And I'm trying to... because I know the moment I die here. Like so. As long as I don't have to deal with a slider. There we go. And there you go, Mona and Lisa. Oh right, I have to actually deal with you first. And just give him the cheese. Give him the cheese. This is going to be a little difficult to do, because the boat is actually moving. I'm trying to remember... okay, yeah, no, so I have to get them on the same cycle. And that's the hard part. And they also heard like a they also hit like a truck. I also should remember to actually use this first. Mona and Lisa are never easy. I'll tell you that much. I think you only have to fight them in 1 and 3, and 3's rough. Because if you ever played the North American version of the game, then you know what I'm talking about. Darn it, I didn't get that time. If you get the timing right, you're good. If you don't, well, you're doomed. Stop that. There's only one of you left. I find it funny, the best way to actually fight them is just to stay on one plane. And there you go. I'm actually surprised we did it. Wait. Did I lose a life to them? No, I didn't. I didn't lose a life to them. I lost a life to the guy in green, in the green jacket. But the other... so, Dotemu as a publisher kind of has a very mixed record. Like, everyone loved them for bringing back Windjammers, but I don't know if it got good reviews or not. And that kind of worries me, honestly, because it was PS4 exclusive. And they're bringing it to the Switch, but they're outsourcing it to another developer. So they basically... so Dotemu, I remember actually meeting them at the PlayStation Experience in 2016. And they were nice. Like, the people there were actually nice who were staffing the event and such. But they basically bought the rights to a lot of Data East games and stuff. So they didn't, you know, for them it's like, it's not a lot of work. I hate fighting these guys because you basically have to walk away, and then they'll get up. But the other person is Guard Crush, and they only have one game under their belt. They only have one game under their belt, and it's basically and it's called Streets of Fury EX. However, all their characters are using the same animation style as, like, Mortal Kombat. And it's, honestly, kinda looks really lazy. Yeah. I'm actually surprised that he got me with that. How are you hitting me? You get the stun lock. Especially your friend there. So I'm really actually worried about it. Benzai. I don't know who's Benzai. Oh no. Well, that's I should have actually pressed I should have pressed my cannonball button. Former that guy with the glasses. I've heard of that name, but I didn't know. I've heard of it. I'm trying to think who specifically that is. Because it feels like that's a name I should actually know. I mean, good for him, you know, if he's in the game and such. But that guy, man, that guy with the glasses, that brand is gone. And it sucks, because honestly, the reason why they actually had such a massive success was because they were on Blip. They were on they had basically their own dominance on a different video streaming platform than YouTube. Damn it! It's not what I wanted, but fine. We'll work with this. I really shouldn't actually be in the middle here. This is actually the worst. Just let them come to me. And it's because, like, a lot of people who actually went on Blip during that time before YouTube, basically, before the general public congregated onto YouTube, and Blip died, which honestly actually really was the thing that hurt that guy with the glasses the most. I'd honestly say that was actually the thing that actually killed them more than anything else. I'm free from the bat! I'm also squished, apparently. But like I said, the company I'm worried about is Guard Crush, because they're the developers. And like I said, their only experience is making their own game. And that's not, like, it's only one game. That's not good. I never figure out why this guy never has any weapons. And so, like, I would honestly say to anyone who's really, really excited, it's like, the art for their trailer seemed fine. You still alive? You're still alive. There we go. Let's can. But, I don't know. Honest, graphically, that Streets of Fury game kind of looked lazy. I mean, I know doing having individuals actually dress up and look like characters and capturing that is actually a lot of hard work, but at the same time, it didn't really look like a fun game to play. Grab that, because if you really hated the second stage's boss, you're gonna really learn to hate this guy. At least we have 2 bombs. That actually will make things a whole lot easier. And we got another life. Nice. All right. How would you like to fight 2 of these guys? Absolutely terrible. Horrible. I hate every second of it. That was a Streets of Rage remake? When was there a remake? I've never even heard of a remake. Damn it! Whatever. Came out in 2011. Who did it? Who developed that? I'll be honest, I think actually one of the reasons why aside from actually just owning the Sega Genesis collection, was probably because of streaming this because of Cthulhu the Third. He's actually a really entertaining streamer. If you're like really chill streams, and he's excellent at games. Like, I'm not saying he could go through this flawless, but he's stupidly good at games like Battletoads and such. Which honestly, at least to me, kind of says a lot. Don't worry, it's only the first floor, you'll be fine. Or the second floor, I'm sorry. It's the second floor, you'll be fine. Very few people die from falling off the second floor of their buildings. I mean, some people do. Just remember, duck and roll. A crew called Barman Games. It's available for download on PC if you know where to look. Yeah, honestly, man, it's kind of disheartening seeing a lot of emulator sites get taken down. And it's kind of, you know, the reason I'm honestly more lamenting it... There's a knife! This is not Ghosts and Goblins. The rule is not to get the knife. There is no rule to get the knife in this game. See, that's why I'm concerned. It's like, I know Lizard Box is really good at art, but I don't know if... I feel like I don't know if they can actually capture it. Can they actually capture the actual art style? And then one thing actually I've also learned lately, and it's also been kind of a concern for me lately, is... So, like, I'm tepid also about another franchise that's actually supposed to come out soon. Well, maybe not soon. I should have used my bomb. Oh my god, why... Man, it really has been a long time for me playing this game. Oh, come on. Don't make me use the continue. I want to actually try and get this achievement. Let me get that achievement, please. I know we're not at the top floor, but I'm just gonna use it. more people want to drop on in? I love how I still get hit. How are you still alive? There we go. Like one more floor? Yep, one more. It's a shame you can't actually take the super in with you into the apartment building, but hey, what are you gonna do? Nope! Ah, darn it. Letting this get out of control. Really letting this get out of control. Out of all enemies! Why are you sliding around? Gotta actually be honest about that one. These guys barely attack in normal mode. I can't actually beat this game in hardest mode, there's no way. Hardest mode, they basically just become gigantic slabs of meat. It's also kind of weird how the stage just ends. Well, there's no boss, so it's like you don't get a normal climax, but if you just think of it as a build-up towards this, then you're fine. I mean, it kind of makes up for it having to deal with an actual boss gauntlet. Like, as great as I'm glad to see a lot of beat-em-ups, but okay, so the thing I'm a bit tepid here is there's another game coming out. It's still in development. It's by Galaxy Trail. It's Freedom Planet 2. I loved that one. I found the story to be very cute, found adorable, and it's like these are really good characters. It was very well voice acted, had a nice simple story, and yes, even someone trying to take over the world from another world is still a simple story. And it was just a breath of life and full of imagination. But in Freedom Planet 2, they're making the characters age, and that's what makes me concerned. You know, when you have your characters age, although I will say, like, how Blaze Fielding still looks like she hasn't aged at all is kind of amazing, but they made Axel look like it's been 40 years. I don't know. I'm fairly confident testosterone's supposed to make you maintain a youthful appearance. Let's just grab that, damn it. We're not gonna be able to take advantage of it. Man, these guys really actually want to throw me around today. Okay, now I should be fighting Captain Boomerang. I don't know why I'm not getting them at grabs, but that's fine. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, why they... Really... Why am I not... So the one downside about this game is... If you press left or right in the opposite direction of where you're grabbing them, you'll actually let go. But at the same time, though, that's actually what you need to do to, It's what you actually need to do in order to, throw them over your shoulder. And there's another way. There is another way around. I'm actually gonna grab that. But... So you can throw them. I don't know if I can actually... You can actually press jump and then throw, and you'll do a body slam like that. And it does the same damage as if you grab them and press right, or in the opposite direction, and then press attack. However, doing the backflip there, as great as that is, can actually get you in trouble, and you can't use them as a projectile as well. That's kind of why I'm very biased towards towards that. Towards using the grab there. Come on, no, are you serious? Oh, right, yeah, so the other thing about this guy, you can't actually jump as well. One thing that sucks about him is you can't stun him. So if he gets onto your plane, and he refuses to actually walk back down, you're kind of hooped. And I need to not turn my back on him. And he has the advantage actually walking up. That's something Remake definitely makes up for with its 7th stage boss. I don't know, I kind of like actually not having to fight a boss. Call me cowardly, but I'd rather take on this boss gauntlet. I'm obviously being conservative here. I just like the way things are. I'm sure a lot of people don't, though. And that's understandable. Like, this is actually really rough. Like, I still want to actually try and beat this game with Blaze, which is what I'm going to try next! Damn it. There's like no timing for that. Also, these guys do so much damage. Give me an apple. Meat will do. Such a long hallway. Who was the 7th stage boss then? In Streets of Rage Remake. So was it actually like published or endorsed by Sega, or am I just not, or is it just something like a fan project sort of deal? Damn it. Man, I've let myself actually get hit a lot for no reason. Speaking of, no fan. I'm actually amazed I didn't get hurt by Heart. I usually expect to lose a life to him. Don't worry, we'll make it up by losing a life at Mona and Lisa. We'll lose plenty of lives. We'll lose all our lives at Mona and Lisa. Because they are very painful. It's an unofficial remake that was cease and desist. Okay, so it's fan project, just like another Metroid 2 remake and such then. Okay. Damn it. That's actually not what I wanted. These guys are the only exception. There it goes. Ah, damn it. I thought I actually had it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Is anyone alive? I'm surprised both of you are still alive. Give him the knee! That's actually Axel's worst attack. It is actually his worst attack. No. Don't you dare. Still have Mona and Lisa to fight here. 7 boss. Hang on, I'm gonna have to actually read that another time. Damn it! The backflip! I also gotta remember their attack range is gigantic. Whew. Yeah, they suplex you, you're done. What? I have never had a time over in all my time playing this game. That is actually surprising. Damn it. I can't believe I had time over. That is hilarious. I can't believe it didn't land it. Now I'm falling apart here. I hate that back. I hate that. I hate that so much. I can't believe we're running out of time. I think the devs knew that this boss pattern would only work if you had 2. Yep. Hey, we got the achievement, Sore Knuckles. I thought you had to actually beat the game. Would you consider becoming my right-hand man? No. I'll be honest, I was actually planning... Actually, September was supposed to be the month of Sega, but this year I've actually been doing RPGs as my project. I've actually beaten a lot of RPGs this year. I'm actually happy for that. There we go. Over. Damn it. Oh, that's right, you can deflect bullets with your knee. And I gamed over at the very end. Damn it. What was it? Is it left or right? Damn it. I'm so close to continue clearing this. So close. Also, this is not very responsive. It doesn't actually matter if I put my initials in, they never actually save it. Just like how I got that wrong. Just like how I spelled the name wrong. I can't believe I actually just let him go. Wow, this pipe does no damage. Ah. Finally, the pipe's gone. I'm gonna game over again. You're kidding me. There we go. If I gamed over twice, I would be sad. Total high score, 4,900. Beat the game. So let's see. Also, stage 7 boss on the SR1 route is SRO's 3 version of Shiva. Huh. Street Rage 3 Shiva was no... Like, it was only the first boss. But it was no pushover. I think what made that game, Street Rage 3, just so ridiculously tough in the US, like, obviously it was just the hard mode. But the other factor of it was they constantly just increased the life of the normal enemies to an insane degree that it basically took forever to kill them. And that was actually the biggest problem, was it was an endurance problem. There is no accounting for tastes, Tinon. It's like, I think I could appreciate this game a lot more because this game is actually beatable. Like, Final Fight can be beaten, but it's a lot rougher. Like, the one good thing Streets of Rage 3 actually did was have the super meter and being able to actually use that over and over again. We quit our jobs to save this city. You two people who helped us didn't have to. And that's why you don't have names. Like I said, when you age your characters, I feel like it doesn't help the franchise. It seems to more backfire unless you absolutely have a plan. If you play on normal difficulty and you come across a boss from Streets of Rage 3, their health becomes much more manageable. No, their health in Streets of Rage 3 is just constantly escalates. I mean, that's why the North American version is just a lot harder. It's not like the enemies have less defense. The difference between the two difficulties is that they just have less health. And they do less damage. I actually did the triple Yamato fight so many times, I've got that... I had it ingrained in my head for a while, because it took me a week to actually beat Streets of Rage 3. Good job, Tio. You did it. Such an amazing score. Let's try and actually do this again, except with Blaze. Like I said, Axel is for some strange reason like the only character I could beat this game with. I've never been able to do it with Adam or Blaze. Which is what we're going to actually try and do. We're going to try and beat it with Blaze. Because I like Blaze. I actually like her sprite artwork in this game. I don't know why they made her lose the jacket, though. I mean, granted, yes, fighting a jacket is completely not helpful in realistic settings, but this is a video game. This is fiction. Let's enjoy the fiction. Also, I do appreciate that she is actually the fastest. Not by much. I mean, Axel actually has the same speed. His sprite's it's just bigger. Almost forgot about the health. I'll be honest, I actually am just so used to, I'm used to, Axles, because here's the thing about Axles that's actually nice. It's super short range, and it is the lowest damage out of the group, but here's the problem. So, she has a one-frame animation, where if you're not where you don't have your attack up, and that's actually what hurts Blaze. And it's at 1 frame that doesn't exist for Axel that actually makes me like Axel more. And it's such a small difference. Because against the wrestler is actually where I struggle. It's the wrestler where I actually struggle beating him with Blaze. Because, you know, this, like, what is it? I think Final Fight, it was very biased towards jump attacks. This game, you definitely want to stay on the ground. You want to stay on the ground, and you want to use the grab system, because unlike having to press some button combination or anything like that, all you have to do is just walk up to the enemies. That's it. That's all you gotta do, just walk up to the enemies, you'll be fine. And you got yourself a grab. And that's awesome. Like, it's such a small difference. And yet it means the world. Trying not to eat the meat. But no, I've never been able to actually beat this with anyone but Axel. Like, you could watch all of my streams, and anytime I try to play the other characters, it came out in a horrible display of defeat. Yeah, no, you're not dead. Damn it. Alright, do your dance, buddy. Alright. Can we cheat? Does this count as the achievement? I know it doesn't, but still. Unfortunately for those special achievements for the Sega and Mega Drive, was it the Sega, Mega Drive, and Genesis collection? They launched their own little instance of the emulator for each particular challenge, which is kind of nice. That's something new they added. I think my favorite part of what they added, aside from they brought back the controller configuration, which was really good. So the PC version's actually good again. Instead of, you know, so you can play on keyboard, you can play on, and do complete controller customization. Which is always, and should always be, like, one of the top priorities for any PC ports. I don't know if they improved the online play, though. I know there's an online play. Alright, you need to get rid of your knife. Let's see. Bottle and apple. I didn't get a 1-up until now? Oh well, I'm gonna get double 1-ups. But I do like her look in, at least in the animation, but obviously the game's not gonna look like that. The actual game footage they showed was very brief, and I don't know if it works. I feel very weird about it, honestly. Like, I feel like I should have actually liked it, but I don't know. I don't know if I actually want, like, a sprite. If I want to be, like, sprite or actually, like, a hand-drawn. Because Lizard Cube's really good at art. But I don't know if that's what people would really want. Those are very macho women right in that poster. But what I really wanted to do, actually, was it, if I wasn't doing RPGs, and I'm still torn on what Really? Come on. On what project to actually do, because I'm torn between two options. I can either do another trilogy. Get rid of you. And if I can... Oh. Throw a knife at you. This game's also very generous with its, with the planes and actually being able to actually hit your enemies. Knife. Walked into that one. What? Ah, I should have just done the jump. Should have just done the jump. I'm gonna kill myself this way, apparently. I've gotta stop walking into these guys here. Although I will admit, I do love the fact that this whole thing still exists in Streets of Rage 2. Get away from my turkey. My turkey. I think I should have enough health. Should have enough health to take one more hit. I'm not even gonna bother. I see that guy with the dagger and I'm gonna kill him. When you use your super, not for the boss, but because of the enemy. Oh, come on. Ah, you're so... There we go. Can't believe I ran out of time on the tower, though. But I'm hoping maybe Guard Crush improve themselves. But only having one game be known and having it be that mocap game just makes me worried. It just makes me worried. Maybe I'm worrying over nothing, but still, I feel like I have good reason to worry. I have good reason to worry. Because there's a lot of really good games that Sega actually is releasing lately. There's the Yakuza games, there's the Valkyria Chronicles 4. Please, for the love of God, Sega, just port all the 2 and 3 to the Steam. Or make a, or like I said, the one thing I want, and I know it's the dumbest thing, and I'll say it every year, I want like a PlayStation TV 2. Have it, make it a system like the Switch or something, and have it be able to play, like, up to PlayStation 3 and all the PSP and Vita games. Like, and that to me is actually the biggest thing for the whole ROM and emulator thing, that's takedown that's been going on. And why I'm against it is because games companies... And I know the only way they profit really is... They don't profit by archiving stuff. They're not putting their time and effort towards that, unfortunately. Because it doesn't generate them a lot of money, and it doesn't justify the existence of all their employees. Damn it, just take the knife. And use the knife! Come on. Let's go. So he takes 8, he takes 5. Can't fight crime on an empty stomach. I think, oddly enough, that little mechanic there, where you can prevent damage from a throw, is just the most important thing any fighting game actually should have. Because getting grabbed by an enemy in a fighting game and just being given the opportunity to actually not take damage is just means a lot. I know my thoughts are all over the place tonight, but... I've kind of been in a rut lately because of playing... I probably played Dead Cells way more than I actually should. It's really... It is a nice game. It's really well done. It's... Artistically, it's good. At the core, it's fun at first, but then... They gotta do something to actually make you appreciate the runs more. Like, I liked that once you unlocked an item in Gungeon, you unlocked it. It was done. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. Oh, he backed up. I don't know why he backed up. Stupid. Stupid minions. That's gonna be a problem. Or not! That was lucky. That was very lucky he jumped in the opposite, or he bounced in the opposite direction. Because if he bounced off screen, I would have had to actually try and do jump kicks. I think what I'll do... I think I might actually just do Streets of Rage tonight, Streets of Rage 2 tomorrow, and then Streets of Rage 3 the day after. I think that's my plan, honestly. Because it's the end of the month. And apparently I'm just gonna let myself... Why am I letting myself get trapped like this? Never let yourself get trapped like that. It's the worst thing you could do, actually. Lose a life before you even get a chance to use it. That's right. Slap him. Slap them all. She's not slapping them, she's just saluting them. She's trying to be nice to them. I mean, she turned in her badge and everything just to fight the crime syndicate. She only knows their salute. That's what she sees all these people do to the people. And she knows she's doing it right because they're falling on the ground as well. I still find it funny you could just stun lock these guys. And I kind of wish I had the knife still. Darn it. Go away. Get off my bridge. Give me our extra life. 7 lives. And watch me squander them all. Spend it faster than that bag of gold. Ah. No! Let's abuse those invincibility frames, shall we? It's a shame you can't throw the bottle. Shame you can't throw the bottle. Why did I do that? That was actually really dumb. I'm actually surprised I'm still alive. Oh, I have 3/4 of my health left. I'm just hitting his firecracker in his pocket, that's all. These guys have so many firecrackers. Look at all these explosions happening in their pockets. Seriously, Mr. X's plan of contraband is just fireworks. They're made so poorly. Oh, right, heart. Ah, shoot. No, just go for the full combo. Darn it. That's the problem with heart. You never want to grab heart. You never want to grab heart. Every time, unlike a lot of other streams, I end up losing a life to heart because I end up grabbing him, and then I press attack and I squish myself under his fat butt. These guys dying in sync. Of course it's the knife guy. Of course it's the knife people that actually get me in trouble. Get to know them in their blind spot. Nice, Heart's actually really rough. He really actually is. It's more of a... Because if you screw up the pattern, you can just find yourself in a world of hurt. That's honestly that's the biggest problem. Come on. That's the biggest problem with them. Really? Not get fancy. There's one guy. Nope. They're all dead. Oh no, myself get surrounded again. I also kind of really appreciate the invincibility frames in this game. I don't appreciate is when they're not in sync. Look at that. Damn you, Nora! There we go. I think now's the wrestler. Nope, not yet. Guess he's the next phase. Got some ninja buddies. I believe our ninja bros are gonna follow us now. Look at all these Shivas. The Shiva clan was once a great and prosperous house. And then it was reduced down to one member. not mean to do that. Get over here. A very memorable member. One you can actually play in Streets of Rage 3. Only after beating him on the first stage. And then doing it through character select. Oh. Well, this works out a whole lot easier. Well, I just figured out how to do that with Blaze. I was actually curious how you did that with Blaze. I always botched it. I think the problem was I'm used to with Axel. Why are these guys? Okay, they are throwing axes. I'm like, where are your weapons, guys? Come on. Where are your weapons? Also... Oh, there you go. I was wondering, like, why aren't you guys juggling your stuff? Ah, darn it. Should have waited 1 second longer. Come on. Jump on screen so I could punch you. Or knee you in the face. Well, it's good to know I actually still have this in, like, muscle memory territory. Or near muscle memory territory. I'm glad I can actually beat this still. Although, it's actually a lot of lives I have with, Blaze. And I have 2 power-ups as well. I still find it funny if you read the instruction booklet, all 3 characters basically says, yep, I'm quitting. They quit the force. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I can lose them in a second. You're absolutely correct. My problem right now... My problem right now is... getting grabbed, it's actually in their favor. And something like that could happen. I'm not being patient. Okay, come here. What? Ah, I didn't even use my supers. I'm a dummy. I had 2 supers and I lost them. That's what happens. I got complacent. You're right. I thought I could just take him as is. I don't know why I walked towards them. That was actually dumb. Ah, damn it. It always sucks getting that suplex. That suplex is the worst. I should have just used my supers. Should have just used my supers. They would have been dead already. They would have been dead. I could have saved myself 2 lives. Or the very least 1. Or the very most 1. Oh, that was terrible. Am I gonna get an extra life? No, I'm not. Yeah, that's right. There's actually a limit on how many lives you can get, I think. Fairly certain there was actually a limit on how many lives you can actually get. Just take it nice and slow. We also gotta remember that heart's in this stage too, again. Like I said, it's weird I actually like this one the best. You get one up and then every 100,000. But we just broke 100 to 100,000 for this one. We just hit 300,000. We didn't get a 1-up, though. Wow, it's taking 10 hits now to kill these guys. Just wait. Never mind. Taking a go. Oh, it's okay. You're right, actually, that makes sense. So I need 350,000 for the 1-up. That makes a lot more sense now. That makes a lot more sense. Speaking of sense! No! Ah, I hate... I was gonna grab it. I was gonna attack again. What? I hate fighting hard. I don't know why it's easier for... Well, actually, I know why it's a little bit easier, because of damage. There we go. So I'm not gonna need that. What? Ah, oh, you stupid bat. That will be the end of me. So I don't have to worry about it. Or I do. At least these guys, at least throws sound like the equivalent of 3 punches. Or you could just slap them. Slap all your problems away. Unless they go on the ground. Unless Nora here wants to sit on the ground. Thankfully, this Nora didn't want to do that. We are thankful. We are thankful Nora didn't want to do that. And I'll just let you come over here. You know, there is actually one RPG I've been thinking about going to as well as Final Fantasy 15. I don't know why, but maybe it's because it's the open world part. I kind of feel like I want to go back and actually, like, do all the side activities and side story stuff. And our pipe. The enemy with nothing. The budgeting department basically told him, you're not gonna get a weapon, but you could walk around and pretend you have weapons. Maybe with the power of imagination, you could save all of us. Hang on a second, I need to actually take care of her. Go. I'm definitely not going to survive another hit from them. There's always something nice and cathartic about beating up these guys. Damn it, fine, whatever. I'm surprised that's actually gonna suck. I'm not gonna be able to actually really do much about them. I'm actually gonna lose a life here. Yep, I'm gonna lose a life here. I was hoping I'd be able to actually get their health down far enough, but I guess not. The big problem is... Yep. Alright, fine, whatever. I honestly haven't figured out how to get them to walk away from once they're at the top. Like, once they're at the top, you're just stuck, and you can't jump attack these guys. Or you can just kill them with one more super. Fine. We get our life back. I'm fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. Stage 7. I like how I basically lost my lead at Mona and Lisa, or life lead. Don't worry, it's just the second floor! Get rid of the knives. Get rid of the enemies. Okay, now you might not be okay for 30 off. Huh, I didn't know she had an idle animation. Love that little nuance about this game. What? Don't you come at me with that knife, you come at me hard. Whoop! I forgot, you lose a life if that actually happens to you. No, stop that. What is with these guys? Have they gotten brave all of a sudden? Also, I hate that they spawn attack. So much for a life lead. So much for a health lead, either. There should be... one more after this. Thank goodness for invincibility frames. Thank goodness for invincibility frames. That's the other reason I like the grabs in this game, is that you're basically invulnerable. It is a sin not to have invincibility frames. It's also a sin, apparently, to clip through the floor. Rest in peace, Red Shiva. I'm sorry, Nora. Goodbye, Nora. We lived! I don't know how we lived, but we lived. Actually, no, we did lose a life there. What am I saying? But No, we're not gonna get an extra life. We're close. We are close. But there's a good chance I'll just end up dying anyway. Come on. You guys can... Let's throw in a few more suplexes here. We're under quota for suplexes. No, you're not boomerang yet. We're not a boomerang boy. But apparently we have no problem running into everything. We really have no problem running into everything. Okay, good. You know, that might be good for the rest of September after we beat our RPG, is just go back and try and beat more Sega games for the collection. Try and remember where I left off. I actually probably should just start over. I think actually what I'll do next time in next year. Because I do want to actually... I've been thinking about next year's projects already. And my idea has been to actually do, there we go, extra life. To just commit next year to, like, retro games and such. Already done Comic Zone. Yeah, no, like I said, I have everything, thankfully, highlighted. Yeah, Comic Zone that was rough. I still haven't gotten the true ending for that game. I remember actually going through it on my own time. It's like, alright, let's see if we can actually get the ending. Nope. How is he still alive? There he is. I do like that game. Honestly, that was a fun, unique experience. It was a very unique experience, and I appreciate getting that experience. Oh, crap. Damn it. guy. Just hit him twice and throw him. That's all you're gonna get. Good, we didn't lose life to him. Give me that. Nope, that's a smoke bomb. Where's my meat? There's my meat. That's the best mechanic ever. I think the other reason why Streets of Rage 3 didn't do so well, aside from obviously the North American version just being absolutely harder, forgot about you, Mr. Wrestler. Man, this is much better than Axel's timing. Axel's timing is really small because you have to actually move forward into the attack. I don't know why I grabbed the meat there. I shouldn't have done that. Damn it. This is why you don't summon all the enemies on the screen at the same time. I didn't even know that was possible. There we go. That was really dumb of me to actually do that. Well, at least I should still have... There you go, good. No! It happened again. And I couldn't move down slow enough. I'm gonna grab him, aren't I? Damn it! I did it again. This is what happens with me in hard. This is what always happens with hard for me. Like, you end up grabbing them, or you don't get to... Once you're out of that sync of the pattern, you just end up destroying yourself. That was rough. Really? Thought I would have had that. Cheese you. I remember I didn't get to Gunstar Heroes. I didn't get to do that. I think I was on the E's or something. I think the only thing I was actually planning on skipping was the fighting games. I think that was actually the only thing I was going to skip. Alright. Yes, okay, so that explains everything then. I just used all my time against Mona and Lisa then. Damn it. That's the part that sucks. Oh, I walked into it again. Oh. Come on. Like you. Oh, too soon. Now I 1 credit clear. Probably not. Ah, oh, darn it. That timing is so small. Nope, still alive. Wow. Oh, even she has a knee. Or at least she jumps into the door. No, I don't want to do stage 6 again. I do want to die. Let's just actually... Let's say, let's just use this. Damn it! Nope, I'm gonna game over on this. I'm surprised that pipe is still here. How is the pipe still here? And the pipe kills me. Pipe always kills me. It's the worst thing ever. I hate that that pipe exists. Let's see if I can actually type in my name correctly this time. Go very slowly, apparently. Nope, no 1 credit clear, unfortunately. Ow! Oh, must have been this minion. Not have jumped into it. I really gotta stop jump kicking. Jump kicking in this game is absolutely terrible. Get out of here, Mr. X. You're done. Finally, I should beat the game with Blaze. I don't know why I always had so much trouble beating with Blaze. I think maybe I tried... It's probably because I kept losing lives at the Wrestler in Stage 3. Oh, right. TDV, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so honestly, I'd remain skeptical about Streets of Rage 4. Because even though Lizard Cube has really great artists on their team, the story, and honestly a lot of... I actually always have a problem with that. A lot of people always say like, oh, the story in a beat-em-up game, a story in this type of game, story in this type of game doesn't actually matter. No, it does. It always does. You need a good fundamental plot and story. Because without those, you don't actually have anything that's extremely memorable to go along with those characters. I mean, this is a very good, fantasy or fictional setting of back during a time, and even though overall crime has reduced, the fiction of having a city being succumb to corruption and crime, and having that fight for, vigilante justice and doing what's right, even though your entire city government is completely corrupt. Stuff like that made characters like Axel, Blaze, and Adam, and Skate actually, exist. So is a simple story better than no story? I'm okay. There are times where a game, like a lot of... Okay, see, so the solid games, like Minesweeper, doesn't have a story. Solitaire, in itself, doesn't have a story. Not all games need a story. But if you're going to make characters that are going to be memorable, it helps. It can really help. And I feel like in the age of, this existed during the days of, like, mascots and stuff. Obviously, Axel, Blaze, and Adam weren't mascot characters. But they were still important characters. They were extremely important, and you couldn't have them without a very simple story. Even something like... I'm trying to think of actually a good example here. Okay, so like Gunbound, for example. Gunbound was an old Worms-like game. That didn't need a story. You don't need a story for that. But yet something like Worms, developed by Team 17, has a very simple story, a simple setting. There are worms that are fighting each other. That fundamental plot of worms being at war. You don't know why they're actually at war or anything like that. You don't need to know that part. And if you overcomplicated it past that, like they have tried to do in future Worms games, kind of took it away. It kind of made it very not as enjoyable. Lambada? What's Lambada? There you go, that's the reason why I relate to Axel Stone, video games. Perfect, his hobby is video games. But yeah, I believe overall, you have to be very... You have to kind of know your game. Like, Enter the Gungeon is a good example... of a game... I'm actually just gonna go back to the lobby here. Is a good example of a game that only needed a simple story, but yet when you're in the actual game, it is just about the game. It is just about going through a roguelike, dungeon-crawling, bullet hell shooter game. And yet, at the end of your journey in Enter the Gungeon, no matter which route you take, there is an ending to that character's story that you're going to be going through. Something like, Reciteer has a very simple story. You are a little girl in charge of a shop. Lambada is a type of dance that originated in Brazil. Nice. I did not know that. Reciteer. Very simple, very simple story. Your father's missing, and you're left alone to run a shop, and your goal is basically to try and stay afloat, while all the while, an entire little fictional, you're learning about all the other adventurers that are around you when you're going on an adventure. So no, a simple story, there are times to have no story. So something like Worms. You don't need a story with Worms. Well, actually, I guess you could say Worms has a simple story. But something like Gunbound. Something like Gunbound you don't need an actual story for. Gunbound was just there for people to just sit down and play. Something like Worms, a simple story, made it last a whole lot longer as a franchise. So I think that's probably actually maybe that's actually the way to actually discern things. If you have a nice simple story, a story to share, like something like Freedom Planet or something like Streets of Rage here, you know, you can make your characters be memorable and be remembered in time. And just maybe, because if people really, really enjoyed your game, it'll be remembered. I mean, I remember a whole lot of, you know, NES games that, even though they had a story and such, you know, it just wasn't enjoyable. Well, it wasn't really enjoyable, it was really difficult, but it didn't go anywhere else. You know, it didn't have another story to tell. And I think that's the big thing, and when you add age to the element, like you make your characters age, that's another big factor that can really, I find it honestly hurts more game franchises than it actually helps if you make your characters age. That's another thing I actually miss, is instruction manuals. I really do miss instruction manuals. A lot of them are just, they don't need to be super creative, you know, because the core of it is to teach you how to actually play the game. Because that's actually how I always learned how to play games, was I read the instruction manual. And it really helped. You know, I know a lot of people hate that, or they like the tutorial and such, but I'm more the type, like, I'd rather read an instruction booklet. And that's you know, that's an art that has really disappeared over the years, is having a good technical writer that can be creative and at the same time teach a person how to actually play the game. Because there's a lot of game mechanics that are introduced in games. Even something like, for goodness sakes, what is it? Dead Cells has a lot of mechanics that in the game that just aren't explained. It's more like, oh, that happened, and you just have to kind of assume and figure it out. And that honestly sucks. It's something that could be circumvented by a good instruction manual. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Let's take a look here and see who's streaming. I think Proton John is still actually streaming. He's doing a sub Fortune Cookie Night, and looks like he's actually playing, apparently according to my Twitch Live, he's playing Clue, the board game. That is a very interesting choice for someone to actually put on their sub cookie list there. But that's going to do it for me tonight. Tomorrow we'll probably actually do Streets of Rage 2. And then the next night we'll try to beat Streets of Rage 3. No promises. That's an extremely difficult game. But until then, though, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. And if you want to pick up this game, this is actually the Mega Drive and Sega Genesis collection. It is still available on Steam. You can actually buy. There are some games, unfortunately, you're no longer able to purchase. I think it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Specifically the and Knuckles part you don't get anymore. But until then, though, take care.